Good. Well, I want to keep some of the time schedule here. I think we've got this place rented for an hour, and there may be some others come in, and we'll probably rehash some things over the course of the evening anyway. So I don't think it's necessary that they'll miss if they're coming in. But I had a farmer once tell me that when he had the steers come up to be fed, go ahead and feed them if they came. Don't wait for all of them. But he also said if there's only a few that show up, don't founder them either. Thank you for taking attention and coming out tonight. We've held, now this will be the sixth town hall meeting that we've held across the district, and they've been extremely valuable. We have in two of the cases, in Chelsea, which is very close to Ann Arbor, and then in Jackson we had Organizing for America demonstrators there, and then they came in, and in both places I think they added to the local flavor, the excitement that went on, as well as an alternative position. The key thing about our town hall meetings is that you're all here for a purpose to listen and to speak. If you want to speak, we want to give that opportunity. It is a town hall meeting. Though my opponent in the general election, Mark Schauer, was very reluctant to hold any type of town hall meeting. In fact, during August didn't hold any, except for screened, planned, programmed town halls, generally on the telephone. We held 5 back then. They were valuable. They gave people voice. Media covered it as well, which gave more voice to the people. And thank you for being here tonight, Roland. And Rachel's with the Democrat Party. She follows around on tapes me. Got enough bad pictures on me already. I don't know why they want pictures of me, but this is America. And so tonight we want to give you that voice this evening. But as I've said as well in each of the meetings, whether they had demonstrators or not, if I say, for instance, that I am strongly stating so that no one will state where I stand on it, that I promise, if given the opportunity in Congress again to represent you, I promise to work to repeal and replace the health care bill. Now it's key that I don't just say repeal, though there are plenty of people who would be happy with that for a start, that's for sure. But I think in all the town hall meetings we held this summer, and I would guess tonight, most of you would say there is reform needed. The question is what reform? And who controls it? And as it was last August and as it is today, depending on the polls, 60 to better than 80% of American people say we do not want this health care proposal that Mark Schauer, Nancy Pelosi, and Barack Obama brought to us. We don't want the government takeover of our health care. We don't want socialized medicine or any other title that you give to it. We want necessary changes and reform, but we want to control that. So it's responsible for anyone who stands up and tells you that I'm opposed to the Obamacare plan. Well, what's my alternative? And I have the benefit in being in this race as the only candidate other than Mark Schauer that has a record. Not a jail record, either of us, as far as I know. I know this guy doesn't have one. And I've not heard any indication that Mark has one. So we won't say that, but we're the only two with a record of voting on any issue. We're the only two that have held office and been put on the line to prove whether we're telling the truth or not. So I have a record in Congress, just as Mark Schauer has a record in Congress. And I have a record that includes a piece of legislation that I introduced when I was in Congress that sat in committee for over a year, with Speaker Pelosi unwilling to allow it even to be heard or debated in committee. That was a patient-centered, private sector health care reform plan. And that proposal did several things. And this is what I would offer if given the opportunity to represent you again. And this is what the Republicans, the basis of their alternative plan that they brought to the White House summit. And they've added a few even better things to my plan, but mine was the core of their plan. It said things like, let's deal with the frivolous lawsuits with tort reform.